Good evening, all. At the onset, I would like to thank uh, KPIT, particularly Vishal and Sahil, for doing all this stuff. And today we are here interacting with you, and at the same time, the officials of Triz Association of Asia. So we do have our director, Mr. PV Narayan, and the senior consultant, Mr. Surej Rajan, with me. So my name is Sandeep Wankhede, and we'll be discussing certain things on how to take over the relationship between KPIT Sparkle and Trizasia. So yeah. So among many other points, there are four major points which I would like to share with you with during our association that we are as a Trade Association of Asia with our team are here to advise on the technical and innovation sessions for supporting the main part of KPIT Sparkle, that is helping out student innovators. Then providing the session to top 100 project students on how can they improve their quality of the project, and that is what we are going to do today and in the next week, probably on the 30th of November. And we can be a part of a mentoring team for top 20 projects, and we will be sharing and we can be part of providing our services to startups who come out of KPIT Sparkle platform. So it is like a great initiative from KPIT Sparkle, and I am associated with this since last at least 4 years, if I'm not wrong. And we are doing something or other, and we had some sessions and for the teams, but probably these were for finalists only till now. So this time we are involved since beginning, and we'll be there till the last leg of this competition. And of course, this competition is not merely a competition. This is more of grooming the students and helping them out to become innovator and incubator as well. So what we'll be covering in these two sessions, I have broadly mentioned over here. I'll be just explaining because most of you may not be even aware of what this terminology TRIZ is. So don't worry, we'll be discussing on that. Then how today's innovation landscape it works. Then what are the various principles of systematic innovation, understanding innovation in a TRIZ way, and a few TRIZ tools for problem solving, and of course some real case studies which we have solved would be shared with you. And then what are the various stage gate approaches. This would be something good for you to know how this new product development are being done. Of course, there are many theories, many ways, many philosophies in which these things to be done. We'll be presenting our innovative way developed by ourselves uh, in this. So let's, because you all are in education right now, you all are students. So I would just like to tell you like what are the challenges which we are facing today. These were not there earlier because society is now changing very rapidly. Technology is also changing very rapidly. There was a time when a person, whatever he learned during his or her graduation, would need to learn new things only once or twice in his or her entire career of around 40 odd years. But now, if you see the things, whatever are there, maybe every 3 to 5 years, technology is changing, and this change is so fast. This change is so you can say radical or dramatic that we just don't even think that this will happen. Some point of day, we look at it as some science fiction story. We just hear something that aisa ho sakta hai, and within 2 to 3 years it is in existence, and it is in these devices are in our hand, and we are using them in our day-to-day life. So now what is the problem? Earlier problem, we used to have some of its history, and there used to be some path how these problems were solved. But now by the time you realize that there should be some problem and how these problems should be taken care of, how these should be addressed, how these should be resolved, this technology reaches to its obsolescence. So the challenges are altogether different. So now what we need to generate solutions that were not existing before. Okay, so it is a time to introspect. I'll not go in the detail. We all know that last year our Prime Minister has launched new education policy, and this is a reform after 34 years. And what has happened in this, apart from many other things, one most important thing is now we are shifting from what to think towards how to think. So we'll be just discussing about some of these things with help of some tools. And definitely, I'm not going to teach you TRIZ, and it is literally not possible to teach TRIZ in 1.5 hours or 2 hours or even 3 hours. So we need a lot of time to do it. Then we'll see how these can be taken up ahead. But nevertheless, spending with us these 2 sessions, you will get such insights which will be helpful for you, not only for this competition, but even all aspects of life. You will be getting some or other cues from that. Okay, now you all are going to give some innovative ideas, and that is all about this KPIT Sparkle. And we, when start any of the process, we just think that there must be a lot of ideas. Okay, let's see how these ideas are developed into a new product development process. It is seen, it is a survey which was done, that if there are raw ideas, that may be 1,250 raw ideas, by the time it reaches to the success, there are only 14 ideas which are found to be worthwhile in making it a product. I'll explain you later, like what do we mean by a product. But when we look at it, this is a standard cycle. You have got an idea, but one idea may not work. So how many ideas do you need to reach to the success point of 14? Okay, this is not my survey, and this is not like me alone saying this. This is a wide survey which was done, and these are the results which you can see out here. So what if I have idea, a set of idea, I'll have to define it properly. And you know, if you are able to define an idea properly, that means you are able to do half part of it. 50% of the task is done if you are able to define the idea properly, because there may be many vague ideas which may convert in a good solution. I'm not saying every idea initially may look vague, or those ideas which are very simple to adapt, maybe simple to adopt, maybe so simple that your competitor will also know, and then there won't be much of the innovation concept in that, or there would be everyone knowing this, and then there won't be like something new what you are putting on the platter, that maybe like everybody knows it. So that these ideas should come obviously from those offbeat things which we may be thinking. So TRIZ gives us the way how we can think in a structured manner. Okay, let's go ahead. We have idea, we have defined, but what will happen? Many of these idea at this stage itself will fizzle out. These will be filtered. Then these are to be tested. Then these are to be designed. At design stage, we'll have to see whether this is worth of designing. Designing is not only putting it on the drawing board. It is also looking at it, what material will be used, what manufacturing processes are we going to use, and we'll have to check all these things whether it is possible or not. Then we have to go for branding, because unless we brand, we won't get the funding for it. Okay, so there are many people who are sitting over there to fund your projects, but then you have to propose them, propose your project, okay, in such a manner that they should be ready to fund. And in TRIZ, we'll get the step-by-step way of how to make the person understand like what you are going to manufacture would be worthwhile of this. Because till this stage, we have not manufactured. Then we go and try manufacturing. Of course, prototyping and so many things will come. And finally, it is not only important to manufacture, it is equally, or rather much more important, to find a market. You have to launch it and you have to sell it. And trust me, this is the cycle which will be going through this. So you can see that idea screening, business analysis, developments, testing, commercializing, and everything, only 14 things come. So now what is it? This makes the innovation comparison. what we are doing, we are putting so much of efforts on creating raw ideas. Raw ideas do not come free. 1250 ideas is not a joke. You have to put a lot of efforts, lot of resources to get it, and finally you will create lot of ideas. Once you have done it, again you will put filters. Next step would be to make choices, to reduce them to this which are worth of working, taking it ahead up to the launch or selling uh, like point. Okay, so what we are doing, we are divergent thinking and then we are convergent thinking. So this is, I have taken from one of the universities how they work, and it is found that more than 60% of the industries, rather 60% is like very decent number percentage I'm telling, but around 80 to 85% of the industries or problem solvers are still resorting to something known as benchmarking. No, sorry, brainstorming. So I'll not go in the detail of brainstorming. Later, when we'll be going through some case studies, at that time, I'll explain it more on that. So now what is this? Okay, or what is innovation value? So innovation value is ideally I want one solution. For that, I should have only one idea. Or rather, if I get one idea, which is a concrete one, it should pass through all those steps, whichever I've shown you. It should solve the purpose. It should be taking it to the point wherein the customer would be ready to buy, and they will be like instances when a few brand of phones have to make advertisement. There are people who are standing overnight in rains and waiting for the first phone which will be coming next day, or some of the books like Harry Potter and all. People are queuing up. You do not need to go to the customer will come, and in the way they will be asking, demanding the product is known. Okay, so for that, as we go with brainstorming or other methods of innovation, there would be so many ideas, and out of them would be one. And we see that making choice again is sorting from them and getting the right one out. That also needs a lot of resources. But what with the TRIZ we can do? See, while creating the choices itself, we are narrowing. And I'll show you, I'll explain you with some of the tools or the methodology of TRIZ, how we actually make choices. And once we have made choices, see, there are multiple solutions, multiple ideas which will be working. We make, if we have two ideas, we make 3 to 4 or at times up to 10 different choices would be available with us. And these many different workable ideas would be there to do it. Let's spend about a minute to understand what is a product. You know what is this screw known as? This is a Phillips screw or a Phillips screwdriver. So who actually invented? It was not Henry Phillips who did it. It was John Thomson who invented in 1932. Nobody is aware about this person. Everybody is using the name of Phillips. Okay, or Star or some more names would be there. This fellow patented in 1933, tried to sell the rights for years but could not. Finally, he sold the design to Henry Phillips. Henry Phillips understood that there is a problem in manufacturing it. And what he did, as soon as he got it, he refined the crosshead design to make it easier to manufacture and quickly got the interest of General Motors. Auto companies saw the advantage of this new design and put it into their, this General Motor in this model Cadillac, and it was immediate success. And within 4 years, 85% of the screw manufacturers in US had obtained a license. So see, Henry Phillips earned on two aspects. One is he made it as a product and sold, and second, he sold the rights of that. He sold the license and let people manufacture. Okay, so it is not only like coming back to our definition of a product. Product is something which is saleable, which has got a market, which has got a customer who is ready to buy your product, and why someone would buy your product. It should fit to its pocket, and it should give some good life. It should not be like whatever the value for money is there, that should be that the customer should be getting. Then only he or she will buy your product. Okay, so what is this horse? You all can unmute yourself, and I won't mind having a like you all speaking in between. That would be rather better. So if someone can say, tell me, what is this horse? What does it symbolize? Horses is symbolized to what? Anyone? Okay. Horses are symbolized to speed. But what kind of horse is it? This is just a rocking horse. So Alfred Bonaparte once said that do not confuse motion and progress. A rocking horse keeps moving but does not make any progress. It just remains over there. Okay. So whatever we are doing, it should give us some results. So let's see what is this and then see how it helps. Okay. So this fellow is trying to find out fish. You can just see just an insight that he turns around and he can get lot of fishes. The probability of getting a fish would be very higher, while here there are very less or practically we can't see any fish. So what is important? A right direction. Now, what is this right direction? If we go for finding out some solution, what we try to do immediately is just whatever comes to our mind or whatever comes to our mind of the team with our knowledge, with our exposure, whatever our team has got, or whatever we can research, whatever we can find from the research papers and patents, all these things we do, and start working on that. And that is why these 1250 number boils down only to 14 when it becomes a product or when it becomes worth of launching, because we run in a random method, trial and error. We try working in this direction, it does not work, like Thompson. Okay, then he went in other direction, tried to sell a product, tried to sell license, nothing he could do. Then he sold entire design to Philip. While the other way around, if you look with the three solutions, you can see a yellow band which quickly takes you to the working solutions, and very soon you can get, by use of these three tools, most ideal solutions can be received. Okay, now what drives us to not go in a right direction? Okay, that is a strong mental inertia. Now, this is a like a person, he is trying to find out the needle. It is here, but if he is not able to see what he is doing, he is just removing all the straws of those grass and trying to find it. So if he takes a view, if he uses some tool, he can quickly get those needles within this. Problem solver must overcome minimum 3 out of 16 types of psychological inertia. Here these are mentioned, and out of these three, which one should get overcome is terminological inertia, image inertia, and inertia due to functional orientation. So what is terminological inertia? If I ask what does a fan look like, or what is a fan? These are two things. One is fan as a terminology, and second, fan as a image. Can someone tell me how does a fan look like? As soon as you hear the word fan, what comes in front of you? I would appreciate your participation. Yeah, someone answered my queries on a chat box. You can do that also. I can read it, or else you can unmute. If you answer quickly, it will help me to cover more portion. Blades. Okay. Generally, what we look at it, three blades. Whatever best answers I've got till now. People say that three blades, four blades, five blades, and a motor. Okay, or something which is mounted on ceiling, or something which is having a pedestal one, or mounted on the wall, and these kind of stuff. Some go beyond, and then they say there can be an exhaust fan. Okay, yes, Suraj, it has got a circular motion. Okay. Have you seen a Dyson fan? I will just request not now, but later you just Google what is a Dyson fan, and it is a bladeless fan. Okay, you get air, okay, yeah, or flow of air rather, but still you won't find any blades in that. Again, if you just look at some of the problems which are associated with the fan. So fan, when it has to rotate, what will happen? It needs motor to rotate, it needs power to rotate, or rather more power to rotate faster. And this rotation would cause further problems, that may be the vibration, that may be the heat generation, and so many things would be there. Have you observed that our laptops are getting smaller and smaller, thinner and thinner? At the same time, our mobile phone, or for that matter, most of the devices, how these can become so thin, how these can become so lightweight, how these are having more and more battery life. So there is something different they are doing. There is something innovative they are doing. You can at a later stage again Google and check what are heat pipes. Those who are mechanical engineers may get an idea as soon as I say heat pipe. It is again what basically we do with a fan. We just move heat out. Okay. So while we are moving heat, it is not only that we should have circular blades, and this you can find it out. I'll not explain. I could have easily brought all those images out here, but I want you to go through these uh, like terminologies, whatever I am saying, maybe a Dyson fan and maybe the heat pipes, and you will realize what kind of inertia do we have when we say fan. Basically, fan is a device which moves heat. That is the basic purpose of that. Then inertia due to functional orientation. Again, whenever we listen to a fan, so it is always like, of course, you people are not responding, but I've seen students when I say, what is fan? So they say, fan of a hero, fan of a heroine. Okay. So these are certain things which we have to move out of that. These things would be there. Okay. Going ahead, when we have these things. So let's see, before going ahead anything, I'll just like to explain you what is TRIZ. You must be curious by now. So TRIZ is basically an acronym of Teoria Решения изобретательских задач. This is a Russian acronym of English meaning Theory of Inventive Problem Solving. This was originated in 1946 by Hendrik Altschuler, and he developed a systematic structured way of thinking, and this is a science of technological evolution. This is not a brain exercise, merely a brain exercise that how to train, how to think in different direction. Of course your brain will be getting an exercise, but it will be getting a structured or tutored or mentored exercise in a specific path. So it was resultant, whatever this theory is there, it was a resultant of over 2 million worldwide patents, okay, within all engineering disciplines. Mind this word all. It was not only in automobile or in pharmacy or in agriculture or space. It is not like this. And our global partner, uh, this director, okay, so Dr. Simon Litwin, he has actually worked with the Henrik Altschuler. So this is a knowledge which is directly transferred from the expert. Okay, we lost Henrik Altschuler in 1998, but TRIZ did not stop. TRIZ is still developing, and these people, and these are termed as TRIZ masters, who are contributing to the knowledge of TRIZ to get this level of TRIZ mastership. Okay, so as I mentioned, 2 million patents were dropped down to 40,000, wherein there were some real breakthrough kind of patents, were ideas were, or solutions rather, were sorted out. And 5 levels of what are the key findings of this TRIZ? That there are, or Altschuler rather, while developing TRIZ, that there are 5 levels of invention. There is a definition of inventive problem. This we are going to discuss, and there are patterns of technology evolution. So this he found out. Now, what exactly he did? He was a brainy child who, at the age of his school days, got some patents, and then when he was graduated, at that time, one interesting thing in that era was that in Russia, at that point of time, an individual could not have the patent or rights on his name. So why would someone do the invention? Why someone would try to do all that stuff? So what government used to do, they used to, Russian government used to float some problems, and these problems would be some real problems, and some of these problems would be like just perceived, just projected that this kind of problem may come, and then these problems were posed, and people used to compete in this. So Altshuler competed in one of them, which was immediately like made like top classified, and nobody knows what the solution was, and it was a property of Russian Navy. In turn of that, in lieu of that, Altshuler was given a job as a patent attorney. And when he became patent attorney, he got a lot of resource. And all these patents he used to study. His basic role was just to check the patent and see whether there is inventiveness or not, and then accept or reject. But what Altshuler did, he thought what this inventor might have thought when he developed this patent. And he did it in different domains. And what did he came across? That there is a parallel line which is common for all the inventors to think. And he found that first step for each one of them was same, second was same, third was same. Of course, it was definitely not exactly same, but he came up with certain like tools which can help us out, and that is what we are going to learn also over there. The other things what he found out is that over 99% of the creative solutions use already existing solution principle. So there are solutions. One of the definition of Thriz is that there are many problems in universe, and many of them have their solutions. If you have a problem, and if you can relate your problem with one of those problems which is already there in universe and which has got its own solution, so the relation in which your problem is related to that solved problem, in the same relation, that solution of that will be there to your unsolved problem. Okay, this also we are going to see. That means what? That innovative solution can be produced in a systematic way by reusing previous experiences. Okay, because 99% of the problems are already solved. Breakthrough solution must often result from overcoming a contradiction. I'll explain what is contradiction. Inventors and strong thinkers use common patterns. So whosoever, as I mentioned, in different domain, different thing, people thought in a same direction, and there is a pattern which Altshuler has studied. And innovative problem solving patterns are like this is there. And evolution of man-made system is governed by certain regularities and trends. So technology evolution is there, and it has got a trend. Now I really want your participation in this. This is supposed to be said like we are going to learn one of the strong tool of Thriz, needle in a haystack, which we want to find. Actually, Edison was there, and he was the person who was given the credit to develop a light bulb. I hope you know that there were many other people who have developed this light bulb, and they knew it much before than the Edison. Then why Edison got the patent? Why he got the credit to do it? Just because he converted it to it in a product. Okay, he made it as a product which will work. Otherwise, these things were not working. As soon as you pass electricity through a conductor, it will glow, but this glow will not be enough to emit light or illuminate, or it will be so short-lived that as soon as you pass the current, it will just blow off. Okay, so it started with him, and he and many other contributors developed it. But still, Edison, though he was a great innovator, but Nikola Tesla once said that it was sad watching him work, knowing that just a little theoretical knowledge and a few calculation could save him at least 30% of his time. So what Edison used to do, Edison, according to Nikola Tesla, you and me do not have any existence to comment anything on Edison, but Nikola Tesla definitely can, and he did. And he realized that Edison was just doing try and error. If he wanted to find out, that is his statement, if he wanted to find out a needle from this haystack, he will not spend even a single second and just start moving straw by straw. If he is alone is not enough for doing that, he will get more and more people to do it. And of course, the person who is asking him to find out the needle will pay for it. That means the person who want him to do some kind of innovation in their product or process would pay for try and error. And what Edison will do, he'll add all the resources, add more and more technician, add more and more lab equipment, space, resources, raw material, testing material. This used to be huge, and his labs used to be termed as gigantic labs at that point of time. But Tesla said that some theoretical knowledge can reduce a lot of time. So if I pose this question to you, and if I ask you to find a needle from this haystack, how would you do? Would you remove straw by straw the dried grass and find the needle, or you have some other way? If you have that way, quickly put it on chat box. Suraj has thrown light and he says magnet. Anyone else? You can repeat this answer if you have come across or if you have thought the same thing. No problem. You can repeat it. Let me know how many of you are like responsive. And I'm sure there would be much more ideas also. Any other ideas, Suraj, you have got? Yes, burn the stack. I agree. Someone may have a reservation and someone may say that burning the stack may cause problem to the environment, or it will be wasting all that hay which we can use for some other purpose. That is okay. But then you can, of course, this is one of the solution direction. What did you try to write? I did not get it. If you can just spell out, that is also okay. Okay. So as we go ahead, let's see one of the tool how we can generate different ideas without brainstorm. Of course, थोड़ा हमारा थिंकिंग प्रोसेस उसमें होगा. ग्रुप में अगर आप डिस्कस करते हो तो उससे एडवांटेजेस मिलेगा अनडाउटेडली. Okay. So before going to that, whatever we are going to learn in our thing is that there are, if we just go for breakthrough invention, so the likelihood of the results will be very poor. And if we go in an incremental way, it will take a lot of time. And but of course, it will reach to the success. Now, how we can do this? How we can reach to the success? Because when we try to do something, we try to solve some problem, and while solving this problem, we just come across that people are not responding to this kind of solution or this kind of product or a process. So if that is the case, in that scene, what you will be doing is you will be just quickly changing it. Okay. And going through next way. And in this way, gradually you will be reaching to what is the expectation of the customer. And it may take time, but it will surely take you to that. But when you have something like breakthrough, so here the innovation would be risky, isn't it? So, but what will happen if you are doing it and if you are able to solve the problem of the customer? In that case, your innovation, whatever it may be, it will be a breakthrough invention, and people will be getting what they want immediately. Isn't it? Being a very good engineer, what we'll try to do, we'll try to just have the like a statistical analysis on that, try to find out where the risk is less, where the reward is more, and we can find out something. But when we look with the TRIZ methodology, TRIZ will just shift this success of risk towards the success of reward. I'll see how this can be done. Okay, this I'll just reserve for a while and I'll go to this thing first. Okay, to find the needle from the haystack. Now just be prepared to learn one of the very strong tools of TRIZ, and that is MATCHEM IB. Again, this is an acronym of M stands for mechanical, A for acoustic, T for thermal, CH for chemical, E for electrical, M for magnetic, I for, and of course, electrical and magnetic. It is in electromagnetic. I for intramolecular or information, and B for biological. Now, what is this? How does it make sense? Okay, let's see who is she. She is Katy Stoka, and what she has developed. She has developed one thing, like there was a problem of putting up these eyelashes, which are artificial eyelashes. These are to be put on the eye, eyes of the ladies. It is a kind of a like ornament which people wear, like a wig and all. This is also to be put on. So can you just tell me how this can be put on this with these tools? You know, what are these things? You all know, but how to use them? So let's see. Mechanically, can you put this on the eyelids? Want to push those? Put those eyelashes on the eyelids. Can you put them mechanically? Yes, you can put some clips. Can you put them acoustically? At this instance, I don't know. Can you put it thermal? Answer may be yes or no. In thermal way, can you put it? Again, there may be a question. You don't know whether this can be done or not. Okay. Can you put with a chemical way? We are just looking at it. Chemical, yes, chemical may be putting some adhesives, putting some glues. But then there would be some secondary problem. And what would be that secondary problem is how this should not affect the human body. And eyes are like particularly very delicate part of the body. And if something goes wrong, it would be a huge loss. And if any kind of a burn on fingers or other part of the body may cause less harm, but something within the eyes may cause a huge harm. So again, but these are the secondary problems which we have to solve. Electrical, I don't know. Magnetic, if you can think of something, please tell me. Electromagnetic, electromolecular, biological. Biological, yes, there may be some changes how we can do in this. Let's see what she did. Any idea? You can just put it in chat box. Before going to this solution, I'll just tell you what biological is. When we have thought, or sorry, not we, but Altshuler, we as a TRIS fraternity, I'm saying, have thought of. So Altshuler has come up with that there are certain changes within our body which responds to the changes of the environment. And based upon this, we get certain protection. So what is this? These are the proven fingers. When we put our fingers or palm or in water for a longer duration, this becomes like this. Why does it happen like this? Any idea? The basic reason is that when you are in water, when your hands and fingers are wet, you may lose your grip. The basic principle of increasing the grip is that there should be more surface area. And see, this has increased the surface area. This is a biological reaction of this. And similarly, it happens in plants and microbes and viruses and all these things. These are all biological products. And let me tell you, this eyelashes were actually put by Katy Stoka with a magnetic way. And she is a multi-millionaire now. You can just Google it and you can find out. But of course, I don't know whether she used TRIS or not. But I don't say that TRIS only gives you idea. If it is not by TRIS, then it may be some kind of intuition. But it is well known by now that intuition ये ऐसे ही नहीं आता है. It needs some previous knowledge and it needs some previous exposure. And of course, inherent intelligence would be there. But if we are using TRIS tools up to a certain level, we can reach just by following these rules rigorously. Usko meticulously, religiously, if you keep on following, you will definitely reach near to the solution. Of course, last jump will depend upon certain other factors which I have mentioned just now. But TRIS will take you to this. Now let's see. We have to find out the needle from the haystack. How would we able to do it. So we were doing these exercises with some of the incubator enthusiasts, and we just went through it and just presenting a very raw sheet, whatever they have done over here. Okay. So any idea with respect to MATCAM IB, how you can find the needle from the haystack? You can put it on chat box. You can see something. Yes, metal detector. One more thing. Appreciate Suraj. See, if you want to be incubators, if you want to be entrepreneurs, you must be vocal. You have to come out of the fear of rejection, the fear of going wrong. These things are very important in your life. At times when you give wrong answer also, it is important so that there is an opportunity to get it corrected. But if you keep it in your mind, you will always wonder that this is correct, and probably at a later stage, at a higher cost, you will realize that this was not so correct. Okay, so let's think in mechanical way. I have made a sheet, as I mentioned, not me, but some of the, what happened to it? Yeah. So let's see mechanical. I have not put everything out here. Mechanical. When you are thinking in a mechanical way, just try to find out what are the mechanical properties of what you want to solve problem. So यहाँ पर आपका problem क्या है? Needle and hay. Just look at needle and just look at hay, and just hay means I should have written over here a straw or a dry grass, something like that. Hay is an entire stack. So this should not be an entire stack of that. There should be only a one straw of dry grass. Okay, so what is the property which we have? So what is the density of the needle and what is the density of the straw? You can get some idea from this. You have to just put it here. Density of needle is high and density of straw is low. Don't do anything else. Just try to find out what are the different mechanical properties. Hardness. The needle hardness is high. Straw ka hardness, we know it is low. Stiffness, it is high. In fact, straw maybe it should be like if it is a dried one, so it will be low. Sorry, high, because straw just breaks when you touch it. But if it is a like a comparatively a green one, you know, so there it will be low. So that is what was considered. Appearance, how does it look like? And I've just purposely put it over here that there may be more than one thing which you can identify just from the appearance. It is shiny, this would be dull. It would be reflective, this will be non-reflective, and of course, because it is reflective, it is shiny. Okay, but try to put all maximum properties which comes to your mind and which you can find out. Of course, by practice, this would be going more and more in detail. What is the material? It is a metal, this is a non-metal. So now the solution what Suraj has given, even if he would not have thought of, but now looking at it, we can just say, okay, this is a metal. Can we use a metal detector? Right? You are near to one of the solution. But let's go ahead. What is a metal detector? When we say it is a metal, what is a metal detector? So you can keep on adding these things over here. That is why I put some it is symbolic that there is more to do, but to maintain the size of the slide, I have not put it at a later stage. Just check acoustic. Whether it is sonorous, needle is yes, straw is no. Again, you can find something more on that. Thermal, conduction. Is it a thermal conductor? Needle is yes, straw is no. Let's see what would be the effect of thermal conduction or putting the heat in that at 200 degrees Celsius. It will become hot. This will burn to ashes. Try going ahead on both the sides. Here it is shown only in the plus direction. You can have it in minus direction also. Okay. So what will happen to it if I increase to more on 200 degrees Celsius? It will become red hot. This will become burn to ash. इससे भी आगे रेड हॉट होने के बाद क्या होगा? It will melt. इसमें कुछ नहीं. After 100 degrees Celsius or something like that, it will just burn to ash. That is what we are going to know. But we can see these three different things. And when we say that it is red hot, then we can observe it by some image sensor also. Instead of just having a metal detector, instead of just saying that metal detector senses the electrical conduction, it senses the thermal conduction, मतलब variation within that. पहले क्या था, बाद में क्या है ना? यहाँ पर हमको क्या करना है? We need to just separate between this needle and straw, because our target is that. What is our main aim to perform is find the needle from the haystack. Okay. Then of course chemical, it will be reactive to the acid. You can also go on that, it may be less, and what will happen to that, then it will burn. Okay, this will also melt at a later stage or something. All these things you can just do. And electrical conduction, yes, if we pass a current, what becomes to this become hot, so you can have a thermal sensor which will find the difference between this. Okay, now when we say to find needle from the haystack, was this the problem? Do you have this problem? Is this the right definition? When we define it with the TRIZ way, we say that it is not to find needle from the haystack, it is to separate needle from the hay. And when we do it, what actually happens is we have multiple solutions by using MATChem IP. This was the problem, and you can, as suggested, you can find it by magnet. Metal detector. Metal detector may be sensing the acoustic, it may be sensing the thermal property, or it may also sense that if somehow we are passing current through it, there would be different properties in the metal as compared to grass. This will be density. Like as the grass moves ahead, grass will float, but the needle will sink in this. This is vibration, again mechanical property. You will provide vibration due to the high density and small size. Of course, वो जो table है उसमें size नहीं आया था. So in this case, it may be smaller size, so it will just go drop down through this sieve. Again, this was a competition on Nat Geo on Mythbusters, wherein two teams were supposed to find out the needles from the haystack, and they see how huge mechanism they have made. Okay, this was another team, just comparatively how huge this is done, but still they could not find one. You may be thinking like biologically how we can do it. So you can just make, of course, this is like a very not a good approach, but just to show you, I could just find this cartoon and then let the donkeys have their food over there, and when they get pricked, you will find that needle. Okay, I'm just giving solutions. Burn the haystack, already Suraj has. Right? One more important thing, you can see now instead of needle, I've shown you a weight, because we want that needle to be separated. यहाँ से वो separate होती है, मगर हो सकता है थोड़ी देर के बाद this grass will also start sinking down when it gets wet. Okay, then how you can differentiate between that? Now you can play with this liquid. Initially we have just considered it as a water, and that is what we do in TRIZ. We do not call it as a water or milk or a spirit or something like that. We just call it as a liquid. So now you have another opportunity to separate out that needle should sink very fast, but the grass should not sink, or this should not come down. It should always flow. You can play with the property of that liquid, whatever is there. Again, I'm saying that these are solution directions. Now, considering the density, fan will blow off the grass, which is a lighter one, while needle will fall down. Okay, and of course, pin drop silence wala jo hota hai, pin, whenever it falls down, it makes sound. So all these things more or less were actually attempted by these people, and to which we have reached to very quickly. Okay, here we can see नॉर्मल डेफिनेशन. अगर हमको एक नीडल हेस्टैक में से ढूंढनी है तो देखो कितने जीरो है, मैंने भी डालते वक्त काउंट नहीं किया. ओके, बट व्हेन विद द TRIZ डेफिनेशन वी से इट इज 1:1 बिकॉज वी आर सेपरेटिंग द नीडल फ्रॉम द हेस्टैक. Please remember, how do you define a problem is one of the most important thing in solving the problem, and that is why I said, like, if you have defined a problem well, you will be half of the way done already to reach the solution of that. Okay, I'll give you, once we get one solution direction, there are different ways with different class of actions. You are separating it by fan. So I purposely put it whatever is already being used, separating the grain from hay or chaff. Okay, basic principle remains same, change difference in the density. Now you can use some of the very high end operations for that, or some readily available resources can be used, or this can be pushed from bottom to up with the help of this, or with the help of different tool, or you can drop it down while doing all these things each time due to the natural air, okay, or a wind. This will be separated. That is all is right to done. So when you have one solution, you can convert it into different solution by using different classes of action. And this is how, this is one of the way. I'm not saying this is always like multiple solution हम trees में से देते हैं. This is one of the way, and there are much more things which we can do through. As I mentioned that we'll be explaining you the definition of inventive problem solving. It is the contradiction. It should resolve at least one contradiction. Altshuler said, if you say that this is an inventive problem, it should resolve at least one contradiction. What do we mean by contradiction? Contradiction is that which emerges when two incompatible demands or requirements are placed on the same system. Here you can see A and B. There are three different examples. इसमें से मैं center वाला लेता हूँ, that is more accuracy, more complexity. So if you are having something to measure, okay, like a simple ruler, a scale, scale is very simple, it is less complex. As you go towards simplicity of the measurement device, accuracy will go down. As you go towards more accuracy, you will have to go to vernier caliper, screw gauge, or something laser beam measurement instrument, but then it will become complex. So this will go like this. If you want to make it simplified, it will become less accurate. Accuracy will go down. If you simplicity, if it goes up, accuracy will go down. Accuracy आपको ज़्यादा चाहिए तो simplicity will go down. So this is a contradiction. Okay. Conventional way में अगर हम इसको जाते हैं तो people will try to compromise or trade off. That is what I have shown you with that statistical analysis earlier. But at times it is not possible to do the compromise because contradictions are very sharp, and you want a good measuring device, but at the same time you do not want it to be complex. So you have to work in this situation and resolve this contradiction. Okay. A mobile phone should be small to provide portability and large to be ergonomic. Okay. This is a contradiction. Small, large. Just see how we are defining the problem. And we have more than 8 tools just to define a problem in place. That also I'm going to explain you. So many tools just to define the problem. So this is one of the way. Mobile phone should small to be portable, to provide portability, and large to be ergonomic. Ergonomic means when you are looking at it, it should be bigger screen. City bus should be long to carry many passengers and short to make turns in narrow city streets. So more and more passengers should be there, but streets, because they are narrow, it will not be able to take turn. So what should we do? And we do have solutions for that. Altshuler, when he did his study, what he did is, when I said that he observed many inventors and found out that there is a pattern. So when he found out, he just looked at it, what problem did they solve? So in this case, they have solved one contradiction. In this case, they have solved another contradiction. So he just boiled down, written down what is in the first one, what is in the second one, और उसमें से करते करते what he did is he abstracted it from this. As I mentioned, instead of saying कि dipping something in the kerosene will do this, so he has just made it as an abstract level. Okay, then he found out that there are weight of moving objects and likewise 39 different engineering parameters he found out. If you just look at it, so this is weight, length, area, volume of moving object, non-moving object. So when we call about a moving object, so it may be a bicycle, it may be skates, it may be aeroplane, it may be ship, it may be submarine, It may be spacecraft, means let's say reaching to the moon and all these stuff. So this is a moving object. This is how he defined it. Okay. Then he looked for the other parameters that are speed, force, tension, shape. Then if we go down, there are something like stability, strength, durability. Okay. Then again, temperature, brightness, energy spent. Okay. Energy spent by non-moving again. Then power on this aspect, power, energy, substance, information, wastage, amount of substance. Then we move towards reliability, accuracy of measurement. So if you try to find any of the problem which is actually having some of the parameters, definitely you will get them within this 39. How and why I'm so confident in saying this? Because Altshuler, we have seen, was with us only till 1998, and that was not an era wherein a lot of computations were there. Today we have got a lot of search engines. Altshuler did all his study only on the patent available in the Russian government's possession. But now there are patents all across the world. We have IoT, we have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. There are so many things which were not there at that point of time. There were three major attempts made on finding out those engineering parameters by three different team of experts. Trust me, there was not even a single parameter which people could add. 39 remained 39. And why did they remain 39? Because this was done at a very, very abstract level. See what is the strength of study what Altshuler had done. I think it would give you a good reason to believe that whatever he has done was extensive. Of course, there were some sub parameters which were developed as, like I mentioned, with respect to Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and many other things and many other fields which are being developed over the period of time after like 1998 or 2000 or something like that. Okay, but 39 remain 39. Now, what did he do? He just found out that first inventor, I'm just giving you a broad example, area of non-moving object was to be reduced, means उसका size हमको छोटा करना था. So non-moving में क्या आता है हमारा cell phone आता है, moving में क्या आता है ये bus आती है. So if this is to be done and what is to be reduced, that you have to check it out. Now size is to be reduced, ergonomically it should be increased, है ना, और उसकी amount of substance which it is carrying should be increased. So these things by practice and by some hand holding, there are some nuances in which what we have to consider and how we can reach to the precise parameters, because at times ऐसा भी होता है कि इसमें से बहुत सारे applicable लगते हैं. So उसके लिए भी हमारे पास solutions है. Everything is taken care of in this TRIZ methodology. Once this is done, what he did, ये problem यहाँ तो क्या किया, what they have done over here is just found out the parameter, and then he found out what two parameters were exactly opposite, means they were, one is to be improved, other is to be worsened. He made a table. In this table, he wrote all these 39 parameters in first column and all those 39 parameters again in the first row. And while doing it, of course, in dono ka interaction would be same. So this diagonally, there will not be anything. And he tried and he wrote how this particular inventor, the patent to whom this patent was granted, has resolved it, and he started writing it down. So initially he started writing down these solution, that segmentation, extraction means if you have something one, it is segmented in multiple. Extraction means you have one complete thing, usme se one thing is extracted, one thing is removed of. Local quality, asymmetry, substitute throwaway, porous material, color change, thermal expansion, and there are 40 different inventive principles which gives the solution. And what he did, he just made the matrix of that, and in that matrix हमको क्या करना है, weight of the moving object and length of the moving object, इसमें कौन सी solutions direction हमको मिल रहे हैं, that you have to find and start working on that. This is the solution direction, and when we start working on that, what happens? You think in a constrained way and you have a very clear focus what you have to look at, and this is how it is done. So let's stop here today for the day. And these two tools, whatever I could share with you, is one, MATCAM IB, second, 39 engineering parameters, or it may be also termed as uh, Alschuler's matrix. Okay, so you can just find out these things and just try to practice it on your problem. And next time we'll be learning some more tools. And of course, we may have some discussion on your project, but of course, this within this time, it won't be possible. But we'll give you enough examples which will make you believe that these things actually work. And before going to that, I would recommend you that you try doing it by yourself. You can just Google. You need not wait for me to send across this matrix, and you can get rather it on your KPIT Sparkle website also. Mr. Vishal has already put it over there, so you can do that also. Or you just Google Alschuler's matrix and you can get those stuff and try relating it, try finding out some of the solutions for your problem, and you will get a very, very good insight which will be innovative.